Hi everyone, today I'm going to bring you through my January budget for 2022. Alright, so we are on my budgeting template right now. You'll see that I have way more tabs here because this is the actual spreadsheet that I use for my financial planning. But the one that I posted in my $3,200 salary video, that is still the template that I use. I just exported it to a fresh spreadsheet, but all the cells and everything are still the same. Yeah, so let's go into my January budget here. I've changed the date to today just so that I know it's updated, 3rd January. Alright, so I'll just do this very quickly because it's quite straightforward every month. Okay, my salary is still at 3.2 because, well, my pay raise only happens for the new year, right? So this is last month's pay. Nothing has changed there. I still have to make $100 for my monthly loan payment. This is my mortgage, which is at $160, but with my pay raise and my subsequent rise in OA contribution, I can lower this to $100 starting next month. So that's a relief because this extra $60 I can put somewhere else. Next is service and conservancy charges. There's a half-month rebate, so usually it's $30, but for the month of January, it's at $15. My phone line and my mother's phone line, again, I have a $5 rebate somewhere, and so usually it's $15, but for this month it's $10 for the both of us. My Wi-Fi is the same at $42. Usually I will budget about $40 for electricity and water and gas, respectively, but my friend is staying over with me this month, so I anticipate a rise in utilities. So I'm budgeting $50 each for it. Insurance, still $340, I think, for both myself and my mum. My NTUC Union membership is the same at $9. My usual $20 allocation for taxes this year. My mother's allowance, my joint account with my partner is still at $100 each. I'm still doing therapy, so that's $180. So that's it for my fixed expenses. Okay, I'm budgeting $80 for transport this month, though I don't think I'm going out that much, but just in case, $80 is a safe bet. I've had to lower food and groceries. Well, I didn't have to, but I noticed last month that because I didn't go grocery shopping by myself a lot, my food and groceries expenses actually went down. So I'm trying out $200 to see if I can stay within budget. But I did increase my household spending because I'm running out of shampoo, and conditioner and toothpaste and all that. So I probably have to replace those this month. So I'm putting $50 aside. And my low buy starts this month, so that's my $50 assigned budget for my miscellaneous fun spending. Yeah. Okay, on to savings. Let's see. Oh yeah, I am not putting aside any money for my emergency fund this month. I will resume next month. Why did I do that? I thought about it. Oh, I think it's I remember, it's because I didn't have enough cash flow for this month, and so even without contributing any money to my emergency fund, I can still hit my money goal that I outlined in my last video. So I think that's why I'm not contributing any money. And also I've decided to put in $50 for my medical fund, which I'm putting as separate from my emergency fund because I can claim some of my medical expenses from work, but before I get that claim money back, I still have to pay out of pocket, right? So I'd rather have this money put aside for that purpose so that I don't have to dip out of my own personal spending money to pay for my medical expenses upfront first. And I have this stash of money that I can use instead. I mentioned that I will increase my LASIK fund to $200. My usual DBS Invest Saver is at $100 still. My stash away is $220. I'm not putting aside any money for my podcast investment fund yet, but probably next month. Alright, so yes. Oh yeah, I remember why I stopped contributing to my emergency fund for this particular month only. Because I decided to increase my retirement fund to my planned monthly allocation this month. So as you see, I mentioned just now, right? My salary is still 3.2 because this is December salary. But I was super gung-ho and I wanted to start my increased contribution to my retirement fund this month with my last year's pay. So because I increased it to $470 when last year it was only $200, that's why I had to cut the money from my emergency fund. But I can still meet my emergency fund goal by the end of this year. Yeah, so emergency fund sacrificed for this month so that I can start on the right note, I guess, and start contributing $400 to my retirement fund. With all those expenses, my balance will be $10, which is not a lot. And ideally, I would want a buffer of about $50, but hopefully everything will work out. I do have some money in my sinking fund from last year, so hopefully this will go into the sinking fund and not be used for any of the other categories. And with that, the breakdown of my entire month's budget, I am doing pretty well for retirement. I am at my 18%, close to my 20% target. My savings is 22, my expenses is 60, which is a bit on the high side, but I'm optimistic that it'll go down next year with my pay raise. Yeah. And now I'll bring you over to my phone so you can see how I will input all these values into my day-to-day tracker on the app that I use, which I will make a more in-depth video about in the future, but for now here is just a time lapse. Thanks for watching. Next month, I will do a summary of what I spent in January, followed by my budget for February. I'll see you in the next video.